the music on. Alright, we already got 10 people watching this. And yep, audio sounds good. It's capturing both audios.
Okay.
Alright. Once we start getting seeing people typing in the chat, we will begin.
Thanks.
Alright, yep. I see it's a few people, but anyways, I'll start off with my intro. Anyways, hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Chaos Protectors Season 3, Episode 7, featuring my special guests. They are the creator of The Heart of a Monster. Please welcome my guest, Talaka.
Hi.
As always, you guys know the rules. Only ask questions to my guest here, none for myself. I'm gonna start off with this one. What inspired you to create the story, The Heart of a Monster?
This is a really long story, actually.
Go ahead.
I've always really loved Unleashed, and back in 2013 or something, I tried to make my own comic out of the story. I just wanted to recreate the original Sonic Unleashed story, beat for beat, just make the cutscenes into a comic. But I quickly gave up on that. And then in 2017, I met a group of people. We were really obsessed with all things Sonic lore and stuff.
Right.
At one point, I was like, "Oh, what if Sonic was affected by Dark Gaia, but actually turned into one of these Dark Gaia creatures instead of a wolf?" And that's where it all kicked off. We had this stupid idea and we just ran with it, and in just 2 or 3 days, I was like, "Oh my god, I have this really big story idea I wanted to do." And then I remembered I had this old comic, and I was like, I could redo that and then just keep adding my new stuff into it. And my friends back then were really supportive of that, and I was really self-conscious, thinking, "Oh, I shouldn't do a comic until I'm good enough at the level of the official ones." But they just kept yelling at me to do it until I did, and I'm really glad they did, because now it's been going for a few years and I can see how much I've improved. So
You really have improved. Even seeing the past pages and then seeing the newer ones up to issue 7, you've improved
yeah,
so much better with that. Especially with the transformation of how Sonic looks now compared to the original story.
yeah. So yeah, that was the whole inspiration backstory to how it came to be.
Alright. Let's see. So, another question. How hard was it for you to actually do all this yourself? When I first saw your rules saying that you actually did it, was doing all this by yourself, how hard was it?
I think because I'm a chronic overachiever, it's not really that hard for me. But I do notice that sometimes it's pretty challenging, and especially when there's scenes that are like taking place in areas that I'm not so comfortable drawing with. I will struggle a lot with that, but
Right.
but I've learned a lot over the years. Um, I went into art school actually while I was doing the comic, and during that time I learned a lot of 3D stuff, and that has helped me a lot lately, in making my life easier with like background elements and stuff. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun challenge.
Hey, it's definitely worth it. You managed to do over 50 pages in each comic issue. Like, it's
Not each
amazing.
issue, not each issue has 50 pages,
That's still
but
it's a lot though. It's still a lot though.
it's still much. Right now, the comic has over 300, I think, and I've already counted how much it's gonna be in the end. It's gonna be around like almost 600.
Yikes.
Yeah. As said, I'm chronic overachiever.
Hey, it's paying off. I'm looking forward to actually getting started with actually dubbing it. I already have some of the lines ready for, the first issue.
Nice.
Yep.
Can't wait to hear it.
Well, trust me, once I got it done, I will be sending you the page, immediately first, so you can check it out for yourself before I show it off for everyone else to see. That is a promise. Alright, here's a question from Nathan. They ask, what's your favorite 3 donuts? If you have any.
My favorite one is just nostalgia. In Germany, we have a type of donut called Berliner. It's like filled with fruit jam, and then there's like sugar on top. It's really nice.
Okay, now I want to try that.
Apart from that, I really like the ones that they sell at a local shop with like it has like raspberry jam and mascarpone filling. It's really tasty. And a third one, I'm not sure. I don't eat donuts so much.
I don't blame you. At least you were able to name off 2 of them. Also, someone did ask, what was your first, I guess, I'm trying to read it off correctly, I guess, what was your first Sonic artwork? If you have any, you can show it off here on the stream. I can actually share it for you.
Oh, I would have to check. I know I have like something here in my desk.
Alright.
Yeah, I can take a photograph of it. I think.
Yeah,
Never
we can
mind.
take
My
a photo.
phone. My phone is in another room, so
Oof.
I can't.
Yeah, I could try showing it off later. But
Yeah.
anyways.
But yeah, I started drawing Sonic in like I think 2010, 11, around that time. I was really into Sonic X back then, and that's what I based my style off in that time. So
Alright.
you get an idea of what it might have looked like.
Okay. Ooh, here's an interesting question. Someone asked, well, what's your favorite part about making the comic itself?
Yeah, that's a hard question because I just really love the whole comic process. Like I love writing it. I love doing the thumbnail sketches. I love doing the line art. Like the coloring is not my favorite part, but it is fun. I absolutely love doing like the words, like especially sound effects and stuff. That's so fun, and special effects also. It's just all really fun. that's the reason I'm a comic artist.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, my good friend Ona-chan brought up some good questions. Like, since you live in Germany, was there anything that had affected your artwork?
I'm not
Like,
sure if it's like really affected by my cultural heritage here, but I guess um, that I like know or like have a better feel for like the European um, style cities in the comic. Like that's also one of the reasons that the European city is Begonia. That's also like I visited a city in Italy called Verona, that I think is like one heavy inspiration for Spagonia. So when I was there, I took a lot of reference photos and stuff. And like since I was there, I have a good feel of the city, so that's why I kind of subconsciously made Spagonia the big place where the characters are at for a long time. Because Empire City was not featured much because I don't know much about American cities at all.
okay, okay. Alright. Ooh. Alright, there was another one from on the channel again. They asked, who is your biggest artistic influence? Who inspired you to start drawing, especially like Sonic artwork itself?
Um, for Sonic artwork, especially, like the big deviant art are people from the 2010s, like Aoki or Lenmu, or Yuji, like these people. I don't know if you actually know about them because like they posted in like the 2000s, 2010s, and then disappeared off the face of the earth. But like that's the people that I followed around the time that I started, and I think I picked up quite some stuff of them. But like in general, my art is really inspired by like shows of my childhood, like Danny Phantom and Wings Club. Actually, I can see when I look at my art that the essence of these shows is kind of there.
Nice. Danny Phantom is an old classic that I used to love watching.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Again from Anachan. Where do you find inspiration, but also when is your favorite time of day to create?
Like inspiration comes to me from many places. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's just when I'm like watching a show or something. Sometimes it's just I'm like walking to the grocery store to grab something, and then I will see, I don't know, something, and it will get my brain, the gears, they're churning. I don't know. I take inspiration from a lot of things. And what was the second question?
When is your favorite time? Sorry. When is your favorite time of day to create? Like, what days and what time do you normally start creating? Like, for instance, when it comes to drawing out the pages for the Heart of a Monster, like, what time of day do you actually start working on it? Like, and when? Like, are there
Yeah.
specific days?
It really depends, but most of the time I'm most productive in the morning, actually. That's why I get up early.
Alright, alright. Hey, the effort definitely pays off. I'm being genuinely serious about that. It really pays off. Oof.
Yeah.
Alright. Another one from Anachan, they asked, how important is art to you?
art is like my life. I can't imagine not doing art, so that's what I do.
If you were to ever stop working on the comic, it would actually hurt me because it's so good stories. I'm being genuinely serious. When I first saw it, the first day I saw it, it really piqued my interest, seeing a different side to the original story of Sonic Unleashed, in your own way. And seeing it now, is even more awesome. Especially with a certain someone going through some changes. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, check out his the links to his comic on either on his Tumblr, Twitter, or the official website that has his comic there, the THOAM thecomic.org. That's where you'll find all of the pages. You guys can check it out for yourselves. And anyways, all of that is in the description for you guys to check it out. Let's see. Alright. That's one from Onachan. Then we still got a few other questions. They asked, what experience do you have with creating characters?
I'm a professional. I'm a professional character and creature designer, so that's my experience.
Our school definitely helps.
It does.
Alright. From Looney Tune Legends, they ask in Talaka, what are your honest thoughts on modern versions of internet reviewers like Nostalgia Critic and the Angry Video Game Nerd?
I will just. I live under a rock. I don't know who these are.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Alright. Tailsco asks, what is your favorite Sonic character? Especially the one that you enjoy drawing the most during your comic series.
If I had to pick one, it'd be Shadow. But I love Sonic, Shadow, and Silver equally. They are just so good.
Oh, same. I just love Team Triple S. Team Triple S. Like, when people ask me, like, who do you like the most out of the... Like, I always say Team Triple S. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Alright, let's see. Oh, Hypershatic says the progress is amazing, so Dayton, we got a few people who've seen your work.
Yay!
Now this is an interesting question. I've been wondering that myself. One person asked, did you ever expect the Heart of a Monster to become as big as it is now?
Definitely not. Like when I first posted it, I was like so scared that no one would care. That I was just posting it into a void and no one would react to it. So now I have people saying that it's like part of the holy trinity of Sonic comics and stuff.
Hey, like I feel like when I look at it, I feel like I don't know if I've seen other people do this before, but well, aside from another person I've seen making their own like sequel to like the Tales and Whisper Adventures. Shout out to Ava for that. Yeah, like you're like the only person I've seen actually do a like alternate like I guess you could say timeline of the original story of like of the game itself. Like the events that happened so much different, including characters that weren't in the game itself.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of a question I've been wanting to ask about that. What inspired you to add like characters like Sonic, Team Dark as well as Knuckles into the story?
I don't know where exactly the information is from anymore, but it is like a trivia fact about the game itself that in early stages of development, Sonic Unleashed was meant to have Shadow and Knuckles in it, but they had to scrap that idea because it just didn't work or something.
It would have been perfect.
Yeah, like especially with Knuckles, and like he's so involved with like the Chaos Emeralds, and they're like an important part of the story. So it was like,
And plus, And plus, what you did, like how Angel Island goes crashing down, especially after the Master Emerald like ends up shutting itself down. That
Yeah,
would bring up a whole lot of questions of like what happened to Angel Island during that whole thing.
yeah. Like I gotta admit, back in the early issues, I was not so comfortable writing like Sonic's friends. I was more comfortable writing Shadow, so that's why the early comic focuses so much on him. But now that I'm better at it, I promise there's gonna be more on Knuckles.
Oh, can't wait for that. Alright. Let's see. Okay. I see like a few other questions. I'm sorry. Yeah, what's your favorite version of Tails?
My favorite version of Tails.
Yeah.
I really, really love Tails in Sonic Adventure 2 because he like takes the initiative and like you can really see his character growth from the previous game. And
Right.
like the way that Eggman presumably killed Sonic and then Tails just like goes up against him like, okay, Sonic would want me to keep fighting to save the world. I'm gonna do it. I know,
Right.
I love this Tails. I miss him.
You somewhat kind of see it in Sonic Frontiers when he starts to realize that he won't be able to grow if he keeps falling behind Sonic himself. Like to
Yeah,
become the hero that he wants to be.
yeah. It's a step in the right direction. I'm really glad that they got Iron Flynn to pick up the pieces.
Facts. Facts. Alright, let's see. Ooh. What is your favorite and least favorite movie?
Um, my favorite movie is like nostalgia bias. I fucking love the Digimon movie.
Alright.
Um, Digimon was like a really big part of my life, and that movie, I know it by heart. It's like, I don't know, it's just so good.
I loved
I
Digimon. I've watched Digimon from season 1 to season 6, aka Digimon Fusions.
yeah,
Definitely nostalgia.
yeah. And like I don't know what would be my least favorite movie.
Get ready to choose from, huh? I'll
Like
take it
I,
as.
I could tell up some movies I didn't like, but I don't know where's the point in that.
Yeah, let's try not to ask any questions for like any upcoming pages and anything that may happen in the pages that are in the works right now. I want to keep it a secret. No spoilers. Even I don't want any spoilers. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, there's an interesting question, especially after seeing the change from the first few issues to the latest issues. Like, which art style do you prefer?
um, like for myself, I
Yeah.
really like where I'm going with like this mix of really edgy lines, but like doing more tough, soft, and natural colors. I don't know. I like the contrast of it.
Alright. Consider. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, just making sure I didn't die or anything. Alright.
No.
Okay. Alright. Ooh. Let's see. From Onachan again, they ask, how do you push your creative boundaries when it comes to characters?
Um, something that helps me a lot when I'm designing characters is like to think really about what they will do and like what their personality is, and then try to think about what could be either useful or comfortable for the situations that they will be in. So that like gets me ideas, and then like pushing boundaries happens a lot when I like go out of my comfort zone and really try to like lean into characters that have a style that I would personally not be interested in.
Okay.
But like trying to think like someone who would be interested into these things. I don't know. I think it helps a lot with being a little more creative when really going into directions that you would not really have thought of on your own because you're just not interested out of your own like interest.
All right. And yeah, Anna-chan, you're actually fine. This actually helps now for those, for like these questions that you're asking definitely helps out because it is like a history lesson for everyone here of how well.
So yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Here's like, do you have any advice for others who want to create comics like you?
My first and foremost advice would just be do it. Just like that meme, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. Like before I started doing my comic, I was really self-conscious, like, oh, do people even care? And like I would not know if people care if I didn't just start making and posting it.
Alright.
You just have to do it, and then the rest will come on its own.
Exactly.
Before I did Spawn, I did a lot of short comics that I like used to practice, and with every comic, I got better, and also with every comic that I read, I like absorbed all the information on how they do paneling, how they like do layouts and stuff. That definitely also helps. But like the most important thing is that you actually take the pen, put it to paper, and you just do a thing.
I know when I was a kid, I always used to draw, little comics, even my own little fan comics of like Captain Underpants. Even doing like the fliperamas that they had for that. God, I miss those.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's see. I did see one from Hypershatic. They asked if this question wasn't asked yet. What is what is your process in creating a balanced story? You're creating these creative, cohesive perspectives and shifts, and it doesn't feel unnatural. Like, did you catch all that?
Yeah. What is important to like get a cohesive story is to know where it ends, because if you don't know where it ends, you can get lost on your way trying to find that ending. I'm saying this like from experience because I used to try and write stories where I was never sure how to end it. I just knew what I wanted to happen in the middle. So I was just doing it as I go and making it up. And it always ended up in me just losing interest at some point because things were just going so wild in different directions. But for The Heart of a Monster, I was like, okay, I need to get to this point. The game ends like this. I want a similar kind of goal. So I knew, okay, this is more or less how it has to end. And then I knew, okay, they're gonna have to have these like little steps in between that are not changeable. Like, for example, them having to restore all the Chaos Emeralds.
Right.
So I just, like, I had this skeleton for the story, so I just had to fill it out. And even though it changed a lot, it really helped that I had the entire thing like thought out very loosely before getting into the meat of it all. Like that really helped keeping everything cohesive. I think there was something about perspective shifts.
Yeah.
That's I don't know exactly how I did it. I just kind of did it. And then it kind of works, I guess. I'm glad that it does. It's experimental. I don't really have any tutorial on how to do it.
Actually, before we do move on to another question, I do have a question of my own. What inspired the title "Heart of a Monster" when you were starting off with this?
uh, yeah. Like the heart of a monster has like it's like metaphorical in the sense that it's like the heart can be many things. Like it can be the core or like um the emotions and stuff. So like it is about the core of the monster, and like it gives off like different meanings depending on how you read it. And the monster part is also like very ambiguous. Like who is the monster whose heart we are talking about? And I
It could
think
be many things.
yeah, and I think this really ambiguousness of the title is what made me really love it. And the more you read the comic, the more you will question whose heart it is and who the monster.
Really is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So like I encourage to just think very critically about that. Because I would guess most people would just assume it's about Sonic because he was on the first cover.
Right. It could be many things. The more you read it, the more you'll understand what it means.
Exactly.
Alright. I guess let me try to rephrase this question from Looney Tunes Legends. How did you make Shadow fit into the story of the comic?
My first thought about fitting Shadow into the story was that he would like be still associated with GUN,
Right.
because Unleashed takes place after 06, but 06 never took place because of the timeline reset.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, Team Dark did something during that time, and they are still associated with GUN. And like when the Earth like falls apart and everything is in chaos, GUN should technically like step in and like be this rescue efforts.
Or do what they
Like,
can
make
to
sure-
keep the people safe.
Yeah. So like Shadow and like Team Dark in general would be like the frontman for GUN to like do the important missions because they are fast and efficient.
Right. And they're better equipped for it because they've been through this type of thing before.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Shadow
So-
the Hedgehog, when they were dealing with the whole thing with the Black Arms.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's also referenced in the comic itself.
Yep.
I think
like-
multiple times.
Yeah, and with the current comic, yeah, you would actually see that. If you guys want to see that for yourself, again, check out the links in the description. You'll see for yourself. But don't try to spoil it if you do see it. If you know what it, if you guess what it is or not. Anyways, let's see. Ooh. Who are some of your favorite character designers?
Oh god.
I can tell by that. I can tell by that you got too many.
Like I really love the character designs in Cookie Run Kingdom. Actually, like I don't know who the actual people are that are designing the characters, but I love the designs. I also love the designs in Arknight. I know that there's a lot of people behind them. I know who the artist is for like my favorite characters, but I don't know the name right now. I could like try to look it up and link it afterwards.
Yeah.
But
And I can put it in the description later.
yeah, like this guy makes all the furry characters in Arknights, and I just love them to death.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh. Do you have any tips on how to create believable and relatable characters?
Something that I find important in like fleshing out characters is to like really let them develop through interactions, because you can like make up in your mind traits that you want them to have, but it's always different to like just assign traits to them versus really making them experience those things. Something that I like to do is just do quick little roleplay stuff with characters to like get a feel for how they could act with certain like character traits and stuff,
Right,
which really
like
helps.
play as them to actually, really know what they're going to be like, and you were to make them into like a story itself.
Yeah, like what really helps me, like just envision how characters are is do a lot of just silly little interactions and moments with them, interacting with other people or with objects. Like even if I'm just designing them from like just the visuals, I still need to draw like different interactions of them with the world around them, because it really helps nail down who they are as a person.
Okay. Let's see. Hang on, let me look at the questions we got here. Yeah, I did see another few interesting ones. Let's see. One from yeah. Yes, what are some of your favorite comics, and which one do you think influenced you the most in your artistic journey?
Obligatory, I have to mention Ghosts of the Future, because yeah, like that's the one that made me go, okay, maybe it's okay if I post the comic when I'm not quote unquote good enough yet, and it's okay to like develop over time, because it was actually really inspiring to like see how Evan Stanley just developed her style and like the improvement that came with every issue.
Right, I've seen all of that.
Yeah, so I was like, actually, I don't mind if my comic is like that also, but you can see me improve.
Yeah,
And
we did an evolution between the first few issues going up to the latest one.
Yeah, now 5 years later, it's like, yeah, I can see it. I can see the evolution. It's worth it.
Right.
Apart from that one, comics that really influenced me, there's one manga, like this style is completely different from mine, but Witch Hat Atelier really is so good. The line arts are just incredible, and the paneling and everything. The story is also incredible. It's just such a good story.
Nice. Alright. Let's see. From another one from Hyper Shatic. They ask, when, if ever, did the feeling of I did it, I really did it, settle in? Like, I don't know, in other words, when did you feel like you fulfilled a certain goal in regards to the heart of a monster?
I think that one moment where I was really thinking I did it was when Evan Stanley followed me, because she was who inspired me to do this in the first place. So when I saw that she reads my comic, I was like, wow, I did it. my inspiration is now like following my comic.
Hey, that's a big success right there. Especially to have the person who inspired you to actually make the comic itself, to actually follow you and read it themselves, just as you were reading
Yeah.
theirs as well.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm happy for you on that.
Yay.
Alright, Anachan asks, do you have any thoughts on the current state of the character design industry and where it is heading in the future?
Oof. Character design industry is a lot. Like especially with like the AAA stuff and just generally a lot of mainstream things. I think the designs are so tame and boring. That there are still some indie projects that have really stunning designs, and just in general really cool art styles. But like the general industry for character designs and like game art in general is just really stale and boring, which is why I'm like mostly working for private clients and like applying to indie studios as opposed to like the big ones, because I'm just oof.
Nowadays it gets harder and harder.
Yeah, like the like it is really obvious that more and more the industry is like geared towards like this hyper realistic gritty stuff that's just like it can be good on its own, but if everyone's doing it, it just gets so boring.
Alright. Alright. Ooh, Anachan adds, can you take us through how you can you take us through how you create, edit, and get ready to post without telling us too much, of course?
I don't know. I just draw, and when I'm done, I post. It's as easy as that. If you're like talking about like my process in making comics, I actually did like a 4-hour Q&A stream where I made comics live on my YouTube channel. I can write a hello message in the chat or something, and then you can find my channel.
Yeah, if you put it there, I can actually, like, you can link it there. I did send you the links to this. I did send you the link to the stream so you can put your YouTube channel there. I can also add it to the description so that you can check that out too.
Okay.
Give us
yeah,
some seconds. Hey, what's the name of the YouTube channel?
And just super emeralds like everything else.
Wait, hold on. Oh, that you right there? Alright. Let me mod that for you so that way you can actually post the link there. There you go. Now you should be able to post the link without any issues.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. There you go. You guys can check out their channel there. I'll be also posting it in the description, so that way you guys can also check it out for later. Alright, there we go. This way. Anyways, well, they're checking out. They'll find some more questions here. Ooh, okay. So when someone asks, what are your thoughts on the Sonic movies? If you had the chance to watch them.
Yeah, I saw both of them like twice in theaters. Like I never go to theaters because I can't really afford going there. But
Fair enough.
for the Sonic movies, I like made an exception. I just went to both of them twice because I love Sonic so much. I like, I think with the second one, I actually cried in theaters because the build up to Super Sonic was so cool.
Oh, trust me, I wasn't expecting that when I first saw that. That blew my mind.
Yeah,
Sure, we knew
I
that
was
the Chaos
really,
Emeralds were going to be in there, but we didn't expect them to actually, go super in there.
yeah, like and when the after credits came, I just went insane.
Ah, yes. Shadow! You get some
So,
new
yeah.
subscribers, including myself.
Thanks.
Yep. Definitely going to be looking forward to next year. As long as we don't get any delays, especially with the whole strike thing that's going on, we'll be good. I know a lot of fans will be going insane if they decided to delay it because of the whole strike.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine as long as the people get a fair pay. I'm willing
Right.
to wait a little.
I just hope they will go into their command, cave into their commands, so that way, everyone will be paid fairly.
Yeah.
Alright, ooh. Yeah, I guess this is a good, interesting question, especially when it comes to drawing. Have there been any new tech you liked when you were creating your comic, like changes in your drawing computer, tablet, or stylus?
I started out on like one of those really small Wacom tablets.
Alright.
And at some point, I think 2018 or starting 2019, something like that, I got a screen tablet for my computer, which helped me a lot because I have a lot of issues with the coordination between my hand and the screen. So when I draw on the tablet, but I have to look at the screen, it makes me a little confused sometimes. So I'm really glad I have the screen tablet now.
Alright.
But it is not necessary. It's just a personal preference for me.
Perfectly understandable. Alright, let's see. From Looney Tunes, they asked, was there ever an infamous movie or game that you think the hate for was a bit overblown?
I'm not caught up with mainstream, so I didn't know which movies actually got any hate. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I think I think there has been a few people who hated the Sonic movie when it first came out. I think
Like,
it was
I can
when it came to the character design. I think.
Yeah, like when it comes to like the trailer with the horrible design that they had before they got Tyson Hess,
Right.
that's understandable. I hated that too.
When I first saw that, I just wanted to actually bleach my eyes. Ugh. even made me more disturbed when they showed the trailer featuring the exact same design in the Chip and Dale movie.
God.
The fact that he actually made a cameo appearance in that movie. Ugh. Actually, that makes me wonder if Disney owns the old design. When you think about it.
Who knows?
Really. Alright. Ooh. Let's see. Hypershatic asks, how do you decide what development a character needs to go through?
That's like one of the points that I was talking about of how I like develop characters by just letting them exist, just act out stuff. Like, for example, with Shadow, it's very early on that I decided, okay, he needs to learn to open up because like he is very closed in and doesn't he doesn't trust anyone. But then Sonic comes along and Sonic trusts him with something big. So he's like, maybe I need to like return that.
Him.
Yeah, not like exactly be like him, but it is like a funny effect that happened. That at night they kind of switched their roles.
Right.
It's just like some fun thing that I did.
Yeah,
So-
I did notice that during the first issue, like how he had his usual demeanor, but when he sees Sonic going through that whole change and everything, like he changes, his personality changes to, wow, like, dang, you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
him actually showing concern and saying like, yeah, that must have hurt. And like, he
Yeah.
practically saw him go through the transformation just by looking at him.
Yeah. That's what I was aiming for. So, yay.
It's perfect. Even Shadow has a soft side. He just won't show it. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You should, Ona-chan said, you should definitely post to webtoons and tapas if you haven't already to get more international English readers.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but since it's a fan comic, I was thinking it's probably not the right place. I just have my own website.
Well, here's the thing. Webtoons does have a lot of fan comics themselves as well.
Yeah, I just didn't really feel like it's the right place.
Understandable. Your choice. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if there was any other questions there. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh. I'm trying to ask, why did you decide to get into comics?
I just love comics. Like I think I made my first comic when I was 5 years old. That's how much I love comics.
Ooh, so
Like,
you've
that's
been
how
doing
I
it for
learned.
a long time. Okay.
That's how I learned to like read. Just reading the Mickey Mouse comics, and I just love the medium for like all my life. And I was thinking about doing a lot of things, but like art is something that I've always come back to, and doing comics because, like I said, I'm a little of an overachiever, and comics really helps me to shine in the way that it gives me the challenge to do so many things at once and like combine them into this one cohesive thing. Like it's a lot of work, but I like doing work, so it's fine.
Alright. Let's see. Let's see. couldn't think of some questions. Well, we got waiting for some other ones. Let me look back at. Let's see. Yeah, I think I did miss a few. Right. Another one from Hypershatic. I see you had so many characters that already have some journeys of their own, which added to their identity in comparison to the game. How do you decide on that kind of thing?
I'm like trying to wrap my mind around what this means. Like the characters already had journeys.
Like I guess like during the comic series itself, like seeing like Tails and Knuckles going on their own journey, as well as like Rouge and Omega and Amy on their own little journey during the comic itself.
Yeah, like for the sub stories, I guess I could call it. It just happened naturally because I was thinking, okay, these characters, like they have their own like goals and like ambitions,
Right.
and that's just naturally where they would end up. Because like Knuckles, for example, he just really wants to get to the bottom of this whole like Gaia thing. Like, why is it affecting the Master Emerald? Why with the Chaos Emeralds? What does it have to do with Chaos energy? Like, he just finds out about this whole other planetary energy that he didn't even know about. So
There's
it's like
still a lot we don't know about Dark Gaia itself.
yeah. So like him as a history nerd, he would be really interested into finding out more about that. And
Right.
Tails being like the smart guy, would likely also be interested in like uncovering mysteries and secrets. So they would be a good team together.
Okay.
And
Unlike how
and
in the
with
original game.
yeah, and with Amy, I was thinking like back then, what I was like thinking was her most lacking thing was her sense of identity, because in the original game, her only purpose is like going after Sonic and like cheering on him, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was like, she needs to find out who she is away from Sonic. Like, who is Amy Rose when she is not following Sonic? Like, she doesn't really know herself, and that's like her journey to find out who she is and what she wants to do. And what I think is like a core of her character is that she has a lot of empathy and she wants to help people. So that's what she ends up trying to do with Rouge.
Okay. I was curious when I was reading that for seeing her part of Gun.
I also just really love the idea of like Team Dark, but like take Shadow away and put Amy in instead.
And then minus Omega. It's so far. I still feel sorry for Omega for whatever he's been dealing with. I'm not gonna ask anything on that one because I want to be surprised of what's going on with that.
Yeah, you can look forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I definitely am. Alright. Let's see. The Onachan asks, there are so many fan comics and they're out there, and so long as you credit. Oh, they're just saying like, yeah, there are so many fan comics out there, so long as you credit the original artists and creators, which is true. Let's see.
Like, is this?
They were just stating like, yeah, something that we both know already. Like, yeah, there are so many fan comics out there, like yourself, as well as Evan Stanley's Ghost of the Future. Yeah, like as long as you credit them and the artists and creators, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, give them credit where credit is due. Alright, Looney Tunes Legends asks, other than 2D art, what are your honest thoughts on 3D art like from SFM or Blender?
I think the comparison between SFM and Blender is a little confusing because Blender is for like creating the 3D models and SFM is for like making videos with them. But
Well, technically, you can
3D
still
art,
actually animate on Blender as well.
yeah, I know. But like the SFM itself is like for making animations with 3D characters, while Blender is like an everything tool. You can do everything with Blender, like literally.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But yeah, 3D art is a valid form of art, so that's that. I admire people who have the patience to do 3D art because, like, I learned it in art school, and for me, it's just so confusing. I can barely make, like, stack some cubes to make some buildings.
Right.
That's where it stops.
Yeah, you got someone who's liking how you made Amy in the comic. You did her justice.
Yay.
I guess it's a nice change from the usual typical Amy we see, especially in the game itself.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting question when it comes to your work. I'm trying to ask, how much revision / editing do you do in your work?
It really depends. Like for the comic itself, I do a lot of like reviewing and stuff. Like I have the early access people who like beta read the comic, and oftentimes they will notice that I have forgotten to color something in or something, which I would not have noticed myself. So that helps me to like revise and edit stuff before it goes up to public.
Definitely hope to have people who will help you out with that.
Yeah, so like my advice would be to have like a friend or something that can always look over it before you post it.
Nice. I don't want to end up posting it and having to take it down just to repost it again with the fix. Yeah, and the fix part to it.
Yeah.
Alright. Another question about your progress. Do you write a script or make up the drawing as you go?
Like I go really in depth on this in like the live stream I did like last year. You can check out, but like in short form, I wrote the entire script for the Heart of the Mods. Like the script is completely done. Everything is set in stone now. And then for each issue, I will take the issue script and do thumbnails for all the pages in that issue. And then once that is done, I will start doing the line arts and colors for each page, like one after the other. Sometimes I will do multiple pages in a row, just to line art or something when I'm in the flow of stuff. But yeah, that's basically it.
Alright. Let's see. Ooh, now here's an interesting question from Chaos Inferno. They asked, how long do you think you'll be doing this comic, and will you do something else after this?
I think there's still 2 years left for Thorn. Depending on if I'll be busy with work, it might be a little longer, but I don't think it's going to be more than 3 years. And then after this, I don't know exactly. I have a few plans on what else I could do, like specifically about Sonic. There's a few other stories that I have in this. Like I have this whole alternate canon timeline, and there's a lot of stories in that I still want to explore. Probably not in comic format because that takes a lot of work, but I'm definitely gonna do something else Sonic story wise after this. And comic wise, I'm working on a graphic novel right now actually. Yeah, that's gonna be done sometime. I don't know yet.
Hey, it takes time. And also, Slygator asks, as far as I remember, the script is done for The Heart of a Monster. Have you ever gotten stuck on writing, like, I guess, writer's block? And if so, what did you do to get out of the blockade?
Yeah, like I've been writing the script since like 2017 was where it started, and I completely finished the script like I think February this year.
Oh, jeez.
So like it took me a while. Um, I started doing the comic before I was completely done with the script, but I knew like where it was heading, so I didn't worry too much. But yeah, I had some really bad writer's blocks between these um, stages, and whenever I didn't know what to write, I would just take a break and do the comic. And like whenever I was like just doing it, I got ideas, I was thinking, I wrote down notes, and then when I was in the head for writing again, I would just look at all my notes and be like, okay, how can I implement that?
Nice. Nice way to actually help you remember what exactly you were trying to write.
Yeah, like a lot of stuff actually changed between like writing from the beginning to the end. There was a lot of things that I got inspired by from like things that people said about how they wish this and that was in the comic, and I was like, that's a good idea. I need to know how. Like, I need to find out how I could implement that because it's a cool idea. So, for example, Metal Sonic was not meant to be in the comic, but someone very early on made a comment about it, and I was like, oh, that's so good. I have to somehow get him into the comic.
You managed to.
Yeah, and I managed to get him in. Like, at first, I was just putting him in. I didn't know exactly where to go with it, but I gave myself some time. Now I got it fully fleshed out. He has a character arc. It's all done. It's gonna be good.
Nice. Definitely gives Sonic more of a challenge, especially in the Werehog form. Since he always used to beat him when it comes to speed, but since in the Werehog form it takes away his speed itself.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was thinking of that could be fun to like explore.
Right. Alright, let's see. Ooh, yeah. I think you technically already answered that one. Do you read a lot of comics?
Yeah, I do. I recently bought the new Danny Phantom comic. That one's really good.
Where they got comics still?
It's called A Glitch in Time. It's really good. I can recommend it to anyone who's like a fan of Danny Phantom and was disappointed by the ending of the show.
Please send me the link of that later. I love Danny Phantom. I didn't know they still had comics coming out for that.
Yeah, it came out like a few weeks ago.
Okay, now
not too long ago.
Please
Yeah.
link me that later. Alright, let's see. My friend ADS, where are you from?
Oh yeah, I'm from Germany.
Let's see. Yes, Danny Phantom has an awesome theme song. Love it. I will admit this, when I was watching the show, I could not sing along with the theme song. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Another one from my friend AG. They asked, do you have any unpopular Sonic opinions, like in regards to games, the cartoons, the comics, or the movies? Whew, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. Like I guess it used to be a very unpopular opinion, but I love Sonic 06 as my favorite game of all time. But like in recent years, especially with PO6 coming out, a lot of people have actually started praising the game.
I
So
was just about to ask, have you played Particle 6?
yeah, like the PO6 thing is free to download. So as long as your computer's
Able to
good
handle
enough,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I plan on trying it out myself. I have not tried it out yet, but I have seen the awesome reviews on that.
Yeah, like it's just, like to me personally, it's like just the pure essence of Sonic games. You have different stories that all link up somehow, and you have multiple characters that you can play that have different play styles.
Right.
And like especially because you can play as Shadow, which just automatically makes it good.
Right.
And I love Silver's gameplay. I don't know. I'm just, it's so good.
They gave more to him, unlike the original game itself,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Alright. From Onachan, they asked, aside from like other like Evan Stanley, are there any other artists that inspired you, drawing wise, or other like music, writing, or etc.?
I will have to like look at my inspiration folder because I'm really bad at remembering names.
Oh jeez, you got so many of them, huh?
Yeah, like the artists I mentioned earlier, also like Yuji or Lege, Aoki, these people, like I don't know, something about their style just really captivates me. Like because it's like really sketchy and painterly, but it's still very like crisp and clean, and it's just like this contrast between these two aspects is what really gets to me. But I'm trying so hard to do that in my art as well.
Right. That's weird. I mean, the more I hear the name Aoki, it sounds familiar to me. Like, I feel like I had asked if I can dub one of their comics. I think I did. I would have to look back at it later. But that name definitely sounds familiar. But anyways, let's see, let's get back to it. We'll try to take in a few more questions. Let's see. What are your, okay, I guess the Looney Tunes Legends ask, what are your thoughts on Sonic Cooper's, like, I don't know why they brought up my friend's girlfriend, Katie Wright, themselves and other making, more of a, fleshed out character. Maybe as a fleshed out character.
Yeah, I think that's like a good thing to like flesh her out more as a character. I can't like personally say about what these people did because I sadly don't really know. I said I live on
Katie Wright, I do know. She's my friend slash bro, Darkbox's girlfriend. She does a really good Amy, and I like how they have the dynamic when it comes to Amy. Is that like they're like like actually dating, not like the whole like chasing after each other thing anymore. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And she does a really good Amy.
Nice.
All right. Two more questions, and then we'll end it off there.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. One there was actually. Oh, we already got that one. Two from Queen AD. They asked, were there ever any moments where you thought, well, if Sega won't do it, I'll do it myself in regards to comic stuff?
Definitely the whole thing of like giving Shadow the platform to be vulnerable and like explore that part of him, because before like IDW and stuff, there was a big hole, and like but Shadow was not really explored much.
Right.
And even now, like it's not he's not the focus, so I'm
Except
just
for
gonna
one of
do.
the newer issues where, like, Eggman literally, using him as a, like, somewhat using him as a power source when it comes to the chaos, like the fake chaos emeralds he had.
Yeah, that was so good. I was so happy when that story arc came out. I actually did like fan art and sent it in to IDW.
Ooh, I'll definitely love to see that later. Alright, this one will be the last question from Queen AG. They asked if you could get the chance to write for any Sonic character, which one do you think you could write better than the folks at Sega themselves?
Definitely Shadow.
That was an obvious one. But yeah, I would definitely
Yeah.
agree on that one because he definitely needs more love, to be honest, along with Silver as well.
Oh yeah. I actually like for my graduation I made like a project for a silver game. So I like made up a whole story for that also.
You need to
Um
give him his own game. Come on, Sega, give the guy some love.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I made this project to like give him his own game. Obviously, I was not able to make the whole game for like the graduation because I just had like a month's time. But yeah, like Silver and Shadow, definitely characters that I would love to get a chance to do.
Right. Okay, we got one more good question, and also Slygator point out that you think, and they said, I think you already do write Shadow better as well as Amy and Team Dark in general. And all I have to say is, true, true.
Right.
That is
Thank
very
you.
true. And from Anachan, this will be the final question. If you could ever go back in time and change everything in your life as a person or as an artist, what would you do differently?
I would go up to my younger self and say, hey, it's okay. You can draw badly. You don't have to hold back.
I guess it will improve over the years, which it did.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I when I was younger, I was so afraid of like making something that looked bad because people have always told me, oh, you're so good at art. But then I was like looking at artists who are better than me, like, oh, I'm not as good as these people. So I was
Self-doubt.
really, yeah, so I was really stressed out with trying to like be as good as I could. But that made me be very slow and I didn't really practice much. So that was like counterproductive. So yeah, small me, it's okay. Just practice, you'll get better.
Nice. Let that be an inspiration for everyone who's just starting out as an artist.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyways, hey Cookie, just joined in just as I'm about to end it off. But
Oh no.
anyways, oh no, you're good. Yeah, pretty busy. You yourself. But anyways, my friend says, as an artist myself, practice makes perfect. Facts.
Exactly.
Facts. As long as you keep practicing at it, the more you improve.
That's the way to go.
Exactly. Yep. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview, as well as getting to learn more about Talaka. And if you guys want to check out his comic, make sure to check out the description. It will have all of the social media links, as well as the website for his comic. Make sure you guys keep up to date on that, because he still has more to come. But also, if you
Yeah.
guys haven't subscribed to his channel yet, make sure you guys do so. His channel is in the description. Anything you want to say?
I just wanted to say next page comes out in 2 days, so look forward to that.
Yep, there you go. We'll see you guys next time. Also, do look forward to later. Yeah, I do have another interview with another person, so do make sure to check that out. Two-parter episodes. Woo! Later.
Hey.